Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, causes premature aging, known as progeria.
Werner syndrome.
Autosomal recessive inheritance it is.
Werner syndrome.
For leaving the symptoms is something you wish.
Werner syndrome.
Then first we must cure it in a dish.
Werner syndrome.
Ready? Werner syndrome. Werner syndrome. Werner syndrome. Werner syndrome.
Oh, Gary, I feel horrible. I thought I had a cold, but WebMD says I have Werner syndrome, but I don't know what that is. I better get a professor to explain it to me.
Professor Sandy here.
Dr. Sandy, I'm scared. Can you come over and explain Werner syndrome?
Sure, SpongeBob. I'll be there in a few minutes, and it's gonna be 50 an hour. Before tax for a minimum of 5 hours.
Coming.
Hey SpongeBob, you going skiing?
Hey Patrick, I'm waiting for my tutor session with Professor Sandy.
What? Don't waste your money, Professor Sandy.
What do you mean waste my money?
Did you forget I'm your friend who's doing an undergraduate degree in biology and doing my thesis on Werner syndrome helicase? You can ask me anything about biology.
I was gonna ask Dr. Sandy about just that.
SpongeBob, I could explain it to you in an informative and understandable way with great delivery and creativity.
Go on.
I'm going to teach you that Werner syndrome helicase is required for the survival of cancer cells with microsatellite instability. As you see, the first thing you need to understand is a WRN helicase.
Helicase?
Yes, now listen carefully. I'm going to explain it to you all using your TV in the living room. Alright, SpongeBob. So we know WRN codes for a helicase, but we have to understand what MSI cells, MSS cells, and MMR cells are. An MSI cell stands for microsatellite unstable cell. An MSS cell stands for microsatellite stable cell. And MMR are mismatch repair proteins. In MSI cells, MMR cells depend on WRN. In an MSIH cell, a cell with a WRN knockdown and a mut-L homolog, which is the loss of a DNA repair protein, it was found that this combination was synthetically lethal. These cells were shown to have increased double-stranded DNA breaks, altered cell cycles, and decreased viability. When compared to MMR proficient cells, the WRN gene was not essential to the survival of the cell. When looking at the WRN helicase, we know it is a RECQ helicase. WRN catalyzes the unwinding of DNA structures. Without this helicase, there is chromosome instability and increased frequency of sister chromatid exchange, which ultimately leads to cancer and premature aging. In WRN helicase, we know that the important domain is its helicase domain. Therefore, loss of helicase activity on WRN is the main cause of it being synthetically lethal in MSI cells. When looking at MSI and MSS cells, MSI cells have more non-canonical secondary structures. Therefore, to fix these non-canonical structures, WRN is needed. Without WRN, DNA damage results in G2 arrest or mitosis with DNA damage that ultimately leads to apoptosis.
Thanks for teaching me, Patrick. Now that I know what Werner syndrome is, I don't need Professor Sandy anymore. I should call and cancel the appointment with her. Hey Patrick, could you call Sandy for me?
Sure thing, SpongeBob. Hey, Dr. Sandy?
Hey, Patrick.
I'm calling on behalf of my best friend, SpongeBob.
I'm just around the corner parking my car.
Oh, well, you don't need to come anymore, Sandy. I already taught him everything he needs to know.
Well, I already have all my materials prepared, and I've already devised a
Just
lesson
don't
plan.
come anymore. We don't need you. Bye, Dr. Sandy.